Everybody digging my chili, what I'm laying down, that is not true.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent like hell. I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about me.
I don't know Bo. I know Hunter. Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use. And he didn't have a job until you became vice president.
That the most potent force in the Republican Party is President Trump. We need Trump plus.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
I admit to always improving.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before. In my opinion, it's never too late. Little double sound neck. So that's the story, fellas.
And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's, this is on live television. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. Well, you have to understand that.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you'd like to see, help out. If not both, the other way, give me a look.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Levi's. Just showing that my First Amendment right. My First Amendment right to not wear Levi's. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ
know who created Pokemon Go. But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you.
Only the really, I hate to
If
say
fool me, we can't get fooled again.
those with the lowest IQ.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We all got
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
I admit to always improving.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy. Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives, so this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese, a real beautiful company.
An opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Hello, users! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What's poppin', folks? This is Above It All, your regularly scheduled morning programming. And, yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good. Hopefully everyone else is feeling good. I'll get into the roll call here, so, you know. Hello, Gazebo. Hello, Spalding. Hello, Scarlett. Hello, Barois. Hello, Dilliard. Hello, Spock. Hello, N. Hello, Wolf. Hello, Stir. Hello, Glitcher. Hello, Bob. Hello, Head Gihog. Hello, 50. Hello, Colony and Andrea's microphone. Hello, Girl. Hello, Carmody. Hello, S. Hello, Nordlund. Hello, Heffley. All right. All right. Hello, 20. What's poppin'? Oh, we see Max in the background is on the move. All right, so I got a news show. Hello, Strackbine. Hello, Rob. I got a news show planned for today. A show where I do the news. Hello, Kiss. Max is now on the floor. So I got a news show, folks. Gonna do some news. Alright, so where should I start? Really, where should I start? I know where I should start. I saw this, like, during the intro when I was doing, like, one last roundup, you know, for, like, news stories. No wiki feed update. I've already got the page loaded. Sentient bacteria colony. That's right. I'm looking at you. I'm pointing at the colony. We'll do that later. Don't worry, though. It'll happen. It'll happen. So this is breaking news, folks. This was something that happened yesterday or something. I don't know. I haven't read the article yet. New York dad-to-be killed in gender reveal explosion police say. A family member said the explosion was, quote, a freak accident. I know, I shouldn't, but I will.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
A soon-to-be dad was killed Sunday in New York after the device he was constructing for his upcoming gender reveal party exploded, police said. The blast occurred at a home in Liberty, New York, killing Christopher Peckney, 28, and injuring his brother, Michael Peckney, 27, who is transported to the Garnet Medical Center in Middletown, according to a statement from Major James C. Michael of the New York State Police. Another brother called the explosion a freak accident. The freakiest of freak accidents that I could ever imagine, the 34-year-old told the New York Times. The injured brother was listed as in stable condition, the report said. The family reportedly owns Robin Hood Diner, a restaurant in the Catskills area of New York. The family took to Facebook to thank followers for their overwhelming display of love and support that you all have shown. I've got a question for y'all. First of all, who gives a fuck what their kid's gender is going to be? Second of all, you don't get to decide your kid's gender, asshole. Third of all, there's a fucking pandemic going on. Why are you planning parties? Fourth of all, what the fuck? Fifth of all,
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
all right. Authorities said the incident remains under investigation by state police in the bomb disposal unit. Earlier this month, a Michigan man, 26, died after he was struck by shrapnel from an exploding cannon at the baby shower in his state, police said. Oh my god. Wait, so like just a random person who wasn't even... Oh my god. Last year, fire officials said a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device used at a gender reveal party ignited a major wildfire in California, which burned thousands of acres. Liberty is located about 100 miles northwest of New York City. Again, you know, I hate to really... You know, I'm not someone that loves picking on the dead, but like honestly...
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Seriously, folks. Seriously. Gender reveal parties. If you're doing gender reveal parties, I got news for you. You're a dumb motherfucker. Especially in the middle of a pandemic. Now imagine this kid. I hope, like, you know, clearly I'm just vamping here. But wouldn't it be really funny if the kid turned out to be trans? Like, wouldn't that just be like, you know, like, wouldn't that just be amazing? But God, imagine like looking up your, like, imagine like your family lies to you about how your dad died. And you're like 8 years old and you discover the internet and you like look and find your dad's name and then search it online and then this is the article. Even better, this is the video. Like imagine like an 8-year-old in 8 years from now or 9 years from now is watching this video. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. But, you know, I kind of did. But, you know, but this is like, again, this is just ridiculous garbage. I mean, oh, it's so stupid. Oh, it's so dumb.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you.
My God. I got a smudge in my glasses. Give me a sec. Max is currently existing, in case anyone was wondering. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. I don't know who's in the chat right now. I can't see anything. I see some yellow. I see some red. I see some orange. I see some gold. I see some blue. God, one of the things that's cool about having broken eyes is it like, I mean, I guess technically if you have correct eyes, you can just put glasses on that, you know, so I guess, you know, but anyway, one of the things I like about having broken eyes is that like, it's just really cool to look at things sometimes and think, wow, if this were like 2,000 years ago, I'd be dead. But, you know, hug Max for me. I don't know if I can. Max is on the floor. Yo, 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 Odom, say hello. Fucking say hello. Who the hell do you think? Who the fuck? I'm just kidding. Can't hear shit. Oof. I hate not being able to hear shit. I prefer to hear shit. That's my preference. But you know, it's just a preference. Oh, sorry, I was like looking at my phone while I was streaming. Damn, wow, what a terrible host, right? What a terrible host. Speaking of being a terrible host, WikiFeet, let's get it. Alright, folks. WikiFeet update, day whatever it is. So, as I said before, if I get 50 5-star ratings on WikiFeet, what I will do is I will do a nail painting stream. I will paint the toenails on my toes live on stream. I will do 4 coats, including a base coat, 2 layers, right, of whatever polish. Maybe I'll even do multiple colors, you know, make a rainbow thing out of it. And then a top coat for that glossy effect. Reminder, we're halfway there, almost. 23 5-star upvotes. And all 11 of it, please be nice. And so let's see if there's any new comments here. Update. Andrea has beautiful feet on WikiFeet. Thank you for posting my update. Iton Bar. 34, no family. Is I'm dead. I'm 34, no. Who is 34, no family? Come on, y'all. Come on. That is such a good fucking...
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Alright. WikiFeet update. Do you have to sign up? I think so. You did it, Bob? Alright. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Oh my god. That's so good. That's so fucking funny. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Alright, folks. What else do we got? Let's talk about Ted ass motherfucking fuck. Y'all ready to talk about Ted ass motherfucking shit fucking ass fuck? Because I am. Give me a sec. Alright. The cruiser's back in the news. You bet. Who is Ted ass? You will find out very shortly. In fact, you're going to find out right now. So, Ted Cruz, the senator from the great state of Texas, is not having a good couple of days. So, Ted Cruz says wife Heidi is, quote, pretty pissed over leaked Cancun texts. So I didn't cover the leaked texts, but I'm going to cover it right now, actually. Heidi Cruz is, quote, pissed, unquote, that texts showing her inviting neighborhood pals on the family's tone-deaf jaunt to Cancun were leaked to the press, according to Senator Ted Cruz, who ripped those responsible as, quote, a-holes. So again, imagine, right, imagine you're about to go to Cancun, right, during a major disaster in your state first.
Unbelievable.
Right, now imagine, right, the people that you're texting that you want to invite on this little, you know, getaway vacation. You know, imagine just texting other people during this.
Unbelievable.
Now imagine, right, that little group that you've got going on, right? Now imagine, right, that group doesn't even like you. Like, they just, like, pretend to like you.
Unbelievable.
Now imagine, right, you're already in Cancun, right? And then you come back from Cancun because you got exposed so hard, that you had to, like, leave your vacation before it really even started.
Unbelievable.
And then imagine you go on TV, right, to say that, oh, I just want to be a good dad. I just wanted to be there for my kids, right?
Unbelievable.
And then imagine posting the opposite thing in a family group text. Like, this is not something you do in a group text. You don't have proof of you lying. You're supposed to, like, say it with people that aren't recording it, so it's just your word against theirs, right? So imagine you post that you're lying in a group chat.
Unbelievable.
I really just... All right. The Texas GOPer, fucking GOPer, the Texas Gopper addressed his PR nightmare of a trip to Mexico on the podcast Ruthless, which aired Tuesday. I will say Heidi's pretty pissed at that, Cruz said about the group text where his better half asked friends to flee to Cancun with them amid the, quote, freezing temps. Cruz noted that he has a mix of Republican and Democrat neighbors in his exclusive River Oaks neighborhood in Houston, and said the leak was a sign of, quote, how ridiculously politicized and nasty people can get.
Unbelievable.
Here's a suggestion, just don't be a-holes, he continued. Like, just, treat each other as human beings and have some degree of some modicum of respect. Now, imagine, right, you say that after showing no modicum of respect to the people that elected you. Like, your job is to serve those in the state of Texas, and instead you're fleeing off to another country, by the way, that you've attacked the residents of for the last 6 years, right? So you flee to another country, and then you demand, oh, how dare you criticize my bad decisions.
Unbelievable.
Cruz has been doing damage control after he was caught flying to Cancun with his wife and $2. I mean, that's probably how he views them. $2 on Wednesday, days after Texas was crippled by a once-in-a-lifetime winter storm. The senator was forced to cut his trip short, flying back home the very next day, and issued an apology. Cruz came under intense scrutiny over the optics of the mini vacation and for leaving the family pooch, Snowflake, home alone with no power.
Unbelievable.
Apparently, I fed Snowflake to the wolves, Cruz said, brushing off the backlash. He was home with a dog sitter. The heat was kind of back on. The whole thing is a bit absurd.
Unbelievable.
So here's the group text. All right. This is Heidi Cruz. No, we are down at blank and their power just went out last night. Is everyone warm? That's a must. We could all huddle in one house. Blank had heat. Anyone can or want to leave for the week, we may go to Cancun. There's a direct flight at 4:45 p.m. and hotels with capacity. Seriously, COVID test to come back, which we will take there. We are coming back to our house today just to sleep here. We are now thinking along those lines. Sounds so wonderful. Sounds so wonderful. It sounds amazing, incredible. We are supposed to go to Cabo Friday, so you can test when you get there. That's our biggest holdup. And then they just share flight plans. So again, Ted Cruz initially tried to make it seem like this was just a regularly scheduled vacation, but that is not the case. He also slammed the media for publishing snaps of Heidi in her bikini on the beach. I will tell you, that she is pissed about, he quipped.
Unbelievable.
At the beginning of this interview on the podcast, Cruz riffed off the long-standing joke that he is the infamous Zodiac killer who terrorized the Golden State decades ago. Look, I haven't had this much negative press coverage since Northern California in the 1960s. He cracked. That's actually pretty funny.
Unbelievable.
Jesus Christ. This is just extremely funny stuff. And the idea that Ted Cruz is first of all, Ted Cruz can exist, right? The idea that we've created a society in which a human being like Ted Cruz can not only be born and raised and just exist in the world, like in the wild, like you would see like a bear, like, walking onto the street on accident and like, like a wooded highway like route, right? But not only that, but he's senator of a major state. Like, it's just like, oh my God. It's incredible. Ted Cruz is a super cool dude. Z50, you're a dumb motherfucker. Oh my god. I can't imagine. I'm about to be 50 and I barely have an IQ. Ring of Fire said Trump is going to announce himself as the frontrunner for the GOP on Sunday. I hope so. Reminder, I will stream that shit. When is it supposed to happen? Like, I'm going to do Sunday Run Day, so I'll be streaming regardless. So, when is that supposed to happen? I love when water goes down my throat. I mean, just liquids in general. Whew! All right. Scoop. Trump to claim total control of GOP. Trump Doom is absolutely hilarious. I can't wait to play it again on July 4th. Reminder, I believe I played Trump Doom every single 4th of July throughout his entire presidency. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if I skipped 2018. I don't remember. I don't think I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. So yeah, I've got some really bad news, folks. I've got some like, this is... Folks, the woke mob, everybody, I know. The woke mob is at it again, folks. So I just found this tweet on twitter.com, and to be honest, I'm extremely disappointed. I'm flabbergasted. Some would even say that I am beyond any recognition in any capacity a normal person. So CPAC, everyone, not to be confused with CPAP, but CPAC, everyone, the last bastion of freedom in the United States of America, has finally succumbed to cancel culture. So as we can see here, CPAC 2021 tweeted, "We have just learned that someone we invited to CPAC has expressed reprehensible views that have no home with our conference or our organization. The individual will not be participating at our conference." Everybody, the woke mob has struck at the heart of American freedom.
Unbelievable.
And personally, I will not stand for this. Now again, CPAC is branding its whole thing as America Uncanceled. America Uncanceled, everybody. Except for when people say something that the woke mob disagrees with. Personally, again, this is outrageous. This is a First Amendment violation. This is a free speech issue. And to be honest, I would even go as far as to say that the idea that I'm not invited to CPAC, I think that that's also a First Amendment violation. I sent them an email saying I love their show and I want to be a guest on it, right? And they didn't write back. They canceled me. They canceled that other guy. I don't even know his name, but I don't care. It doesn't matter who he is. It doesn't matter what he said. The only thing that matters is that the woke mob has struck again, folks.
Unbelievable.
Again, this is just, it's heinous. It's heinous, I have to say. And I think that the CCP may be behind some of this. I think, to be honest, and I know there's no evidence for that. I understand. But I do think that the CCP has something to do with this. Because it's a little too convenient. That you've got, again, America Uncanceled sounds like a really good show. And then they cancel someone.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, folks. Not good. Wait, Z50 said something stupid? Color me shocked. Anyone here watch Ben Shapiro? Ah, what a dumb fuck. The CCP. Cancel culture party? Oh my god. There are 2 C's and a P in CPAC. Coincidence? Oh my god. My world is a fantastic one. I mean, it's not going to be fantastic since Biden is president, and you're going to have to cry about every little thing he does for the next 4 years. It sounds really tedious and overwhelming and exhausting, if you ask me. I'm sorry if I'm overusing the unbelievable sound drop, but I'm having a good time. Can I just live? Seriously? Can I just fucking live? Am I allowed to live? Come on, y'all. Come on. I just want to live. All I want to do is live. Oh, Butma. Fucking oh, Butma. This motherfucker just said oh, Butma. Like, you're not even going to say something interesting like Obongo or Obama or oh, bummer, but you say oh, Butma. Like,
In person, in my office, in Philadelphia. That's where they should be done. In person.
A barrel of Obamas. Okay. I thought my puns were terrible. Oh, babe. You like Kourtney Kardashian when she left Scott. You're just living your life. Sure. In my office. In Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Oh. Alright, folks. So while we're on the subject of Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, well, I guess he's no longer the President because he lost. So failed two-time loser, failed presidential candidate Donald J. Trump, failed insurrectionist, failed casino magnate is at it again, folks. And this is one thing apparently he did not fail at, and that was violating the Constitution of the United States of America.
Unbelievable.
So Donald Trump made $1.6 billion while president, report says. This is from The Independent. Close that shit. Donald Trump made as much as $1.6 billion during his 4 years as president, according to a report by Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, CREW. Having reviewed the former president's financial disclosures, the group claims that while Mr. Trump took credit for donating his official salary funded by U.S. taxpayers, that was a tiny fraction of the revenue earned through Trump businesses during his presidency. Now, again, I want to remind everyone, this is on the Democrats, too. The Democrats had the House in 2019 and 2020. Did they impeach him over emoluments? Nah. Did they impeach him for violating the Constitution? Right? Nah. They impeached him for, as he said, a perfect phone call. Something that they themselves are also not responsible for. And that's my problem. They had so much, what they should have done is, as Rashida Tlaib said, during, I believe, her victory party, they should have impeached the motherfucker on day one. This guy violated the emoluments clause well before the Democrats took the House. He should have been impeached on day one. But Nancy Pelosi, the worst leader I've ever seen in the Democratic Party. I'm only 24, so keep that in mind. But she is garbage. She decided to put it off, put it off, put it off. Yeah, just keep putting it off. And then, when you finally impeach the motherfucker, it's over a phone call. Now again, the phone call was illegal. It was unconstitutional. Don't get me wrong. But again, the idea that you're not going to impeach him for aiding and abetting of the genocide in Yemen, or having people pay him millions and millions of dollars to stay at his hotels to get favors in the terms of foreign policy. The idea that that's not impeachable, but a phone call is, I'm sorry. But that, everybody.
Unbelievable.
So, Crew calculates that even after seeing a major drop-off in hospitality-related revenue in 2020 during the pandemic, in total, Mr. Trump disclosed at least $1,613,583,013 in revenue from the Trump Organization and other outside income. At the high end, he disclosed $1,790,614,202, but the disclosure forms are vague, with some assets listed as, quote, over $5 million in yearly income. The structure of Trump Organization businesses means that reported revenue does not necessarily reflect his personal income from them. A large portion of the revenue came from the more famous properties owned by the group at which Mr. Trump was often seen during his presidency: Mar-a-Lago, the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C., and his golf courses at Doral in Florida, Bedminster in New Jersey, and Trump National in Virginia. Combined, they reportedly brought in more than $620 million in 4 years, with revenue dropping off significantly once the lockdown restrictions depressed travel and tourism. Crew argues that much of this income came from those wishing to curry favor with the president paying a premium to stay at properties branded in his name. They also say the government business was directed their way and question what the future holds now that the revenue stream has disappeared. This report by Crew comes as the Supreme Court handed down a decision that will force Mr. Trump to hand over his tax returns to prosecutors in New York. So, what the fuck? Again, they didn't impeach him for this. Now, again, the Capitol riot, perfect. Up until they decided to go full beta and not call witnesses after they won the vote to do so. But the first impeachment should have been over emoluments. It should have been over the genocide in Yemen. It shouldn't have been over a phone call. They should have impeached him over a phone call. Absolutely. If he violates the law, get impeached. That should be the transaction. If you violate the Constitution, you get impeached. Plain and simple. That's how the Constitution should work. So yes, he should have been impeached for emoluments. He should have been impeached for aiding and abetting a genocide. He should have been impeached for a lot of other things, including the phone call with Ukraine. Right? And, again, what a missed opportunity. And as Rashida Tlaib said in 2018, what they should have done was to impeach the motherfucker. Plain and fucking simple. But they chose not to. They can't impeach him for things the Dems do too. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they should have impeached him over the fucking, this shit.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes.
They should have impeached him over lying about the election. But they didn't. Did they even investigate him or hold hearings? I don't think so. I should get the Rashida Tlaib impeach the motherfucker sound drop. Does anyone want to send that to me on Twitter? Should have been impeached for the Muslim ban. Agreed? The black robe and the black the shield.
In my opinion, it's never too late. So, little double sound deck. So that's the story, fellas.
He should have been impeached for this too.
And then they have cans of soup.
That's an impeachable statement. That whole fucking soup thing, that should have been an impeachable offense as far as I'm concerned. I also think he should have been impeached for those, remember during the summer when he posted those FBI photos, like the wanted posters on his Twitter? He should have been impeached for that too. Just doxing private citizens on Twitter. I would say impeach the motherfucker for that too. A disaster. A disaster. How's everyone doing today, by the way? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. I'm having a pretty fun day, actually. Reminder, of course, when I say this, I am not a professional. But I highly recommend getting some Dogecoin. It's on sale, folks. Get some motherfucking doggies up in that shit. I'm just saying, not a professional. I'm a comedian, right? So when I say this, obviously I'm joking. But Dogecoin is on sale, so I'm just throwing it out there. Hey, I didn't say anything.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
You're having a mental breakdown? Are you okay, Matt? What's wrong? Doing well? You are right. Is Bitcoin cheap today? Bitcoin is relatively cheap. But I'm all about them altcoins. Joe Chen is an altcoin skeptic, and I am not so. Impeach the motherfucker over Hurricane Maria as well. Impeach the motherfucker over Sharpie Gate. Remember that? What was it? Was it Dorian, I think? What? Remember Sharpie Gate? When he just had the map of the hurricane's pathway and just drew a Sharpie to say, yeah, it's going to hit Alabama. Impeach him for that, too. Got the call from the Doe last night that I was exposed to COVID. So, just waiting around to die. So much for being careful. What's the Doe? That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, remember when that hurricane was going to hit Alabama, Sharpie Gate? Department of Health? Okay. The Department of Health calls you if you're exposed? What? Yo, my brother works for a fast food company, and his boss came in with the disease, right? And didn't tell anyone until, like, you know, a couple days later. But you're getting messages from the Department of Health? It's crazy. You DM'd me the drop? Alright. I'll get that later. Thank you, thank you. Apparently there's a hearing going on in the Senate over the Capitol riot. How did I not know this? Why didn't anyone tell me? Maybe I'll have to stream that later. C-SPAN's not even streaming it. What the fuck? Why isn't C-SPAN streaming it? Hello? Is it not on? Maybe it's not on yet. Someone let me know when that's gonna happen. Maybe I'll stream it. Is this just like a state-by-state thing? Because my brother is in Wisconsin and I'm in North Carolina. And this shit has happened down here. A lot of people in my family have had their coworkers exposed without anyone telling them. Elephants, you're in New Jersey, right? Is that just something they do up there? Like, God. You know what that is. You know, when I hear that, you know what that is.
Unbelievable.
That's what that is. Started at 10 a.m. Maybe I'll stream it later when I can speed it up or something. Yeah, okay, y'all, how am I just finding out right now that Andy Ngo is going to be at a congressional hearing? How is this not something I, like, was told about, like, weeks ago? Y'all have failed? Like, as viewers, y'all have failed. But no, for real. Find me a VOD and I'll stream that shit. the Senate hearing on the riot. Find me a VOD. Where's Max? Max is on the floor. You've been missing for a week? See, this whole stream falls apart without Bethany in the popcorn, Pop-Tart butter bullshit. Fucking popcorn. I love popcorn, personally. Yeah, I'll stream that shit. Why not, right? I'm checking my meme coins real quick. I didn't know. Oh my god. Feed have overtaken the food talk recently. I love food. I can't wait till the show is over. I'm going to eat. I don't know what I'm going to eat, but I'm going to eat something. And it's going to be great. Damn. God bless. Bodan, what's up? Unfortunately, the hearing is full of Klobuchar. That's no problem for me. That's no problem. Hold up. That is not a problem for me at all, because that means I just get to play this, like, over and over again. Hold up. Where's the raw video? I'm trying to find, like... Is this it? I haven't looked this up since the primary.
Here is a surrogate of home to eat a salad. I can be tough on people better. The corrosive divide to bring. I talked about the is maybe there's a way we could actually tax. Not getting anything when they're going to have to tell us if you go for the roads. And
Someone get me the Snow Woman, man. I need Snow Woman.
I, as the daughter to the candidacy for president.
Or what happened? Where's the Snow Woman clip? I can't fucking find it. God damn it. I can't find it, folks. I can't find it. Maybe let me check Twitter. Come on.
Yesterday, you probably saw that tweet. I'm sure you saw a virtual blizzard of snow, ice, and freezing temperatures. Bad timing. By the end of her speech, she looked like a snowman woman. So you've got your nickname.
Snow Woman?
Snow Woman.
It could be so much worse.
But he's saying basically if it's snowing.
That's not it.
Every step of the way, people have underestimated me. And every step...
Ah, here it is.
The president actually sent out a tweet. He made fun of me for talking about climate change in the middle of a blizzard, and he called me Snow Woman. So I wrote back, hey, Donald Trump, the science is on my side, and I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard.
I gotta get that as a sound drop. I gotta fucking get that as a sound drop. I'd like to see how...
The president actually sent out a tweet. He made fun of me for talking about climate change in the middle of a blizzard, and he called me Snow Woman. So I wrote back, hey, Donald Trump, the science is on my side, and I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard. So I wrote back, hey, Donald Trump, the science is on my side, and I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard. So I wrote back, Donald Trump, the science is on my side, and I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard.
I'm sorry, I gotta get this on screen. You gotta, like, there's a visual component to this that is necessary to watch. Oh my god. This third part.
Science is on my...
This is a compilation, I think, I don't know, from The Daily Show or something, but it's really funny. Like, look at how pumped she is. Look at this. I want you to look at this. She is so pumped. She is, like, in this one. So let's watch. Just kidding. Just kidding. I hate when Twitter does that.
And actually side. Okay. Donald Trump.
She's so into this.
The science is on my side. And I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard.
Did you see that? Like, what was that?
Donald Trump, the science is on my side. And I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard.
Unbelievable.
Oh, thank you for reminding me about that. But I don't mind watching a Klobuchar-led hearing because I can just play that clip over and over and over again. So she knows she's nailing. She knows she hit the ball out of the park right there. The after laugh seals the cringe. It's amazing. It's so good. I'm gonna bookmark this. Oh my god, that's amazing. All right, now that I've been heftily distracted, let's get back to the show, regularly scheduled programming. Let's get back to the show with a funny joke. So this clip came to my attention, and one of our favorite characters, one of the stars of Borat 2, was on a podcast by some just really interesting looking creature. And so this podcast allowed Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor, folks, America's mayor. I have no idea what I just clicked. Okay. I don't know what's going on with his eyeballs there. But anyway, so America's mayor, folks, has a really funny joke for us. And so let's watch.
Do you have time for a funny story?
Yeah, we got about a minute.
I get this one done in a minute. So every once in a while, I was always his partner. So we'd always ride together. He always wanted me to drive because he wanted to be smoking cigars. So one day we're driving, and these paparazzi are driving us crazy. They're taking pictures. And he said, Giuliani, what did you do now? They're all following you around. You know how I hate pictures taken? I know you're famous, but damn, can't you tell them to stay away? And he's like growling. And I say, you just come up to the green with me. Come on. So on the green is Michelle Wee, and she's getting ready to putt. Now, Michelle Wee is gorgeous. She's 6 feet, and she has a strange putting stance. She bends all the way over, and her panties show. And the press was going crazy. They were following her all around because they were trying to take pictures of her panties. I said, Roger, it's not me, it's not you, it's her panties. Right? Is that okay to tell that joke? I'm not sure.
We already told it, so I don't know.
I'm dead. I never thought I would be like. Watch this last bit again and just look at Steve Bannon's face. Like, focus on his face.
All the way over, and her panties.
The way that Rudy Giuliani, a grown man, is just afraid to say her panties. It's just like
the way over, and her panties show. And the press was going crazy. They were following her all around because they were trying to take pictures of her panties. I said, Roger, it's not me, it's not you, it's her panties. Right? Is that okay to tell that joke? I'm not sure.
We already told it, so I don't know.
Unbelievable.
I love that. We already told it, so I don't know. Oh shit, apparently there's a follow-up. Hold the phone, folks. Hold the phone. Everyone, hold the phone. Michelle Y hits back at Rudy Giuliani over crass story on Bannon podcast. All right, let's get it. Michelle Y, I've never heard of this person before, by the way, hit back at Rudy Giuliani after the former personal attorney to Donald Trump shared a story about being able to see the golfer's underwear while she putted during a charity fundraiser in 2014. Giuliani was appearing on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast on Thursday for a discussion on Rush Limbaugh, the blah, 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 who cares, when he asked if he could tell a story about a golf outing with Limbaugh and why. As Giuliani recalled it, Limbaugh was complaining about the paparazzi that were trailing their foursome and blamed the former New York City mayor for their presence, only for Giuliani to point out they were there for why. By the way, this person is, if they're in a car with Rudy Giuliani and Rush Limbaugh, honestly, I'm really? You're in a car with Rudy Giuliani and Rush Limbaugh and you're gonna cry about a crass story? Give me a fucking break. Okay, so on the green is, yeah, blah, blah. I said blah, blah, blah. Who cares? What did she say? Come on, let's scroll down. Oh, here we go. That's what she said. It is unsettling to hear this highly inappropriate story shared on a podcast by a public figure referencing my panties whilst playing in a charity pro-am. What this person should have remembered from that day was the fact that I shot 64 and beat every male golfer in the field, leading our team to victory. I shudder thinking that he was smiling to my face and complimenting me on my game while objectifying me and referencing my panties, in quotes, behind my back all day. What should be discussed is the elite skill level that women play at, not what we wear or look at. My putting stance 6 years ago was designed to improve my putting stats. Parents, I ended up winning the US Open that year, not as an invitation to look up my skirt. Nike makes skirts with shorts built in underneath for this exact reason, so that women can feel confident and comfortable playing a game that we love. So, I don't know why she was doing an event with Rush Limbaugh and Rudy Giuliani, but I don't know. Obviously, it's a disgusting joke, but at the same time, I mean, what were you thinking? I'm sorry, the idea that I would be in a car with Rush Limbaugh and Rudy Giuliani, that is just profound to me, that I would ever be in that situation. But anyway, I mean, Rudy's got a fun joke, folks. Again, I really want to play, the reaction again.
Roger. It's not me. It's not you. It's her panties. Right? Is that okay to tell that joke? I'm not sure.
We already told it, so
I told it. That's such a perfect response. I'm sorry. And also, why does he call it a joke? That's a good question. What is the joke? I don't know, man. What a bizarre situation. It was for charity. I mean, charity, you can give to charity without having Rush Limbaugh and Rudy Giuliani be rehabilitated in the process. I don't know. I think personally that's just poor decision making. But at the same time, obviously, I don't want to be around these creepos. So I mean, obviously, I feel for her on that instance, but it's just, what the fuck? I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is just bizarre. She had nothing to... Well, he said that they were in the car together. Why would they be in the car together? I'm trying to understand why someone would willingly get into a vehicle with Rush Limbaugh and Rudy Giuliani. I can't understand that. But, I don't know. Steve Bannon's reaction to that was it was really funny. He means Roger and Rush? Oh, okay. Alright. She was playing before then? She wasn't in the car. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Thank you. Thank you. So not only are these people jeering at someone, but they're lying about their association. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you for that. That little filled in detail there. I would only I would just give money to charity in another context. You know, I don't know. The idea of rehabilitating Rush Limbaugh or Rudy Giuliani in a charity, I'm sorry, that's just not my thing. But if they didn't know that, if she didn't know that they were going to be there, then that changes the whole thing. It's such a bizarre segment. Bodan, please. Bodan's emoji. It's such a good emoji. They literally did. They said that we were in the car. I don't know. Maybe it was just out of context and it sounded bizarre. All right. So coming up next, I'm going to be talking about Texas, because I got a couple stories about Texas once again. They were lying. I heard wrong. I guess so. I was so taken aback by the joke that I forgot to factor in that they could just be lying. So, all right. So this is a really baffling story. And again, I've been covering this, I guess for the past week or so now. But the main problem with Texas is not windmills. It's not the Green New Deal. Again, Greg Abbott, as soon as this weather disaster started, Greg Abbott went on television to blame the Green New Deal. So Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, wants to simultaneously take credit for stopping the Green New Deal, and then also says that his energy infrastructure failed because of the Green New Deal. Makes no sense. So, big Texas corporations demand storm survivors go without pay. Dallas. First, they had to deal with a nightmare of a winter storm and historic assault that wiped out their power, heat, water, or all three at once. Now they have to deal with bosses denying them pay. Internal company emails and text messages obtained by the Daily Beast indicate that dozens of employers in Texas, many of them in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, have told people who were unable to go to work or work remotely due to the loss of electricity during last week's destructive winter storm that they must consider the lost days as vacation or otherwise go without pay. There are not small businesses either. Several large companies are among them, such as Bell Textron Incorporated, formerly known as Bell Helicopter, United Ag and Turf, Bay Systems, and the city of Dallas itself. And workers are seething. So again, not only do you have to pay $17,000 for an electricity bill, not only do you have to not have access to clean water, but you also have to lose on work and then not get paid for that. So you get $17,000, right, of unexpected charges, and then you lose on weeks or 2 weeks worth of salary. It's ridiculous. We are required to use vacation days on the days of the storm when I had no heat or Wi-Fi, or I can forfeit the money and not get paid, a Bell Helicopter employee who, like other workers quoted in this report, spoke under the condition of anonymity for fear of retaliation, told the Daily Beast. I'm disappointed and nervous about the next year, the worker said, adding that even though I'm salaried, I'm entry level, and any knock to my income will put me on the street, and that's terrifying. Representatives from Bell did not return a call or email requesting comment, but emails sent by management and reviewed by the Daily Beast made the policy clear. Quote, employees who are unable to fully dedicate their time and attention to company business due to current conditions should use available paid time off, vacation, or holiday flex time if they wish to be paid for today. Otherwise, employees who do not have any remaining paid time off, vacation, or holiday flex time, or do not wish to use their unused paid time off, vacation, or holiday flex time will not be paid for today, read an email sent last week from Bell Executive Management. The worker told the Daily Beast that Bell facilities were closed the entire week, but that at one point they were unable to access the VPN, a virtual private network that allows them to access company systems, meaning many employees at Bell couldn't work from home even when they had electricity. So again, not only are you having to pay $17,000, then you don't have heat or electricity, your kids are dying, right? Not only that, right? But then let's say you manage to go up to a McDonald's drive-thru and get on some Wi-Fi, then your work isn't even open. And they're not even going to pay you. They say it's your fault. It's ridiculous. Executives at United Ag and Turf, a John Deere equipment dealer, and managers at BAE Systems, a British multinational armed security and aerospace company, sent similar messages. But they also allowed employees to effectively borrow paid time off, which would come out of their future allotments of pay, according to emails reviewed by the Daily Beast. Now again, these are multinational corporations. They've got the fucking money. They just choose to make their workers suffer. It's about control. It's about saying there's nothing we will do to help you. Work for us as, indentured servants or die. That is their policy. Some employees did not appreciate the offer. I just feel like people should know. It's not right, an employee at BAE Systems told the Daily Beast. A spokesperson for BAE Systems told the Daily Beast, as a government contractor, there are regulations we must follow for labor charged by our employees. The events of last week are unusual, and we work with employees on how to properly handle any time they were unable to work. In addition, we activated our immediate response program to support our colleagues and provide financial assistance to affected employees and their families. Employees at United Ag and Turf, meanwhile, were even told that they must take responsibility for maintaining a time-off balance in case such events occur in the future. This despite the devastating storm and associated power crisis being the largest insurance claim event in Texas history. To be prepared for circumstances like this in the future, each employee is expected to manage their paid time off and encouraged to always carry a balance for unexpected situations. I'm not even going to bother. It's ridiculous. United Ag and Turf did not respond to a request for comment. I feel angry. They could have said nothing and been fine. They could have paid people for the canceled days and looked like heroes. They instead opted to add insult to injury. Unbelievable. For-profit employers are not the only ones who have told their employees that they must use their vacation days. Even some government employees have been affected. The other thing about government employees, again, it's one thing if a private company chooses to fuck their citizens over. It's a whole nother story if a government chooses to fuck its citizens over. That's a whole different calculus. Even some government employees have been affected. An email sent to the library department of the city of Dallas told employees to use personal leave time for lost work. The veracity of the email was confirmed by a Dallas City Council member, Adam Bazulda, as well as a city communications representative, Catherine Quaylar. It is really disheartening that HR, parents who have worked entirely from home the past year, by the way, get to just decide whether people get paid or not, one city employee said. Quaylar told the Daily Beast that those without available paid time off, they can either make up the time within the pay period or apply for emergency administrative paid leave. Nobody gets to just decide anything. We have a process and layers of accountability for taxpayer dollars. Jesus fucking Christ. So it becomes a question at the federal government level, whether or not paying the worker emergency administrative pay was a necessary expense during the weather event, Quaylar added. That has always been the city's policy for emergency weather-related pay for a decade, she said. When asked whether the policy could be changed to cover all employees, Quaylar said that things would be handled on a case-by-case basis. Again, this is the largest disaster in Texas, in modern Texas history, right? And they're going to pretend like it's it's Jenny decided to not come into work today. Jenny could have came into work today. I saw, I had some of my dogs walk the little area. There weren't any ice on the road. She could have drove to work today, but she chose not to. There was a McDonald's nearby that she could have gotten the Wi-Fi off of, but she chose not to. She chose to stay with her children to make sure that they were okay. How dare she? She doesn't deserve any pay. It's ridiculous. Austin Kaplan, an employment lawyer based in Austin, described these situations as a consequence of a lack of adequate labor protections in a state with notoriously weak safeguards for workers. There's no requirement in Texas that people pay any vacation time at all. There's just no safety net or anything like that, Kaplan told the Daily Beast. That means that it's entirely up to employers to decide how to handle the fallout. Some, like Cisco, not only paid their employees for the lost days, but also offered offices as shelter and sent resources for mental health support. But it appears that they are in the minority, and without any clear sign of government taking action. Governor Greg Abbott has hinted at relief for workers facing sky-high electricity bills, but little else. They appear to be on their own. In my estimation, the state that turned the power grid off ought to be the one paying, Kaplan said. Again, they knew that the storm was coming. They decided to profit off of it by raising the energy prices while not telling anyone until like 12 hours beforehand. Then they turned people's electricity off with no warning. And then they made people pay $17,000. They lied about the wind turbines. They lied about the Green New Deal. They lied to protect fossil fuel industries. Corporations are saying, fuck it, whatever. We're not even going to pay you. So I know you now have to pay a year's worth of salary for a week's worth of electricity that you barely even got to begin with. But we're not even going to pay you for this week or last week. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And again, this is the cult of capitalism, folks. This is the cult of capitalism. A system of governance that says, I don't care if you live or die. All I care about is making as much money as I possibly can. I wouldn't, these CEOs could take a 0.1% pay cut and probably make sure all their employees are fine, but they choose not to. Why? They don't need that 0.1% extra pay. They don't need that. But they want it because they're greedy scumbags. There's no reason why you would increase energy prices by 900% or 9,000%, whatever the calculus is, other than because you want to sap every possible dollar out of the workforce and then leave them to die in the dust. Just absorb all the money in their bank accounts while they freeze to death in their homes and their family is left destitute. That is the cult of capitalism. And is Joe Biden going to provide any relief? Is Greg Abbott going to provide any relief? Probably not. It's disgusting. The idea that someone can is the idea that someone can get hit with $17,000 and then their employer says it's a bad personal decision and then they've got 10 years worth of debt that they have to pay off is ridiculous. And again, a lot of people will take that to heart. A lot of people will say, it is a personal decision. I should have known. Why didn't I know? Why didn't I prepare better? Instead of saying, oh wait, society's the one that failed me. It's ridiculous. JL, looking forward to Texas turning purple. Thank you for the $5. I also look forward to every state turning purple. Because purple's a good color. Blue is okay. Red is okay, but purple's a pretty good color. Also, I want to say, Bodan, didn't you tell me your name was pronounced Bodan? I asked you before, and you told me that this is how it's pronounced. Also, I want to say, How can you simultaneously want me to do 7-hour doom streams and then also want me to only focus on important news? Come on, man. You can't have it both ways. Texas is too greedy to turn around. I disagree. I mean, there were talks of it going to Bernie in the primary up until, you know, it happened. I think Texas has a lot of potential, but I don't live there, so I don't know. An isolated grid is the most stupid thing you can do when it comes to electrical grids. You want redundancy in a lot of routes, but we need to connect all the grids in the world. I can agree with that, to be honest. I think globalization is really the only path forward. It makes the most sense. I love to multitask. I like imaginary lines. Have you ever walked across a state line and then, like, you just feel your energies change? You know what I mean? You just feel your entire aura completely change. You're in a new world. No, you don't. You just walk over the line, and that's it. Unbelievable. The only reason Texas isn't already blue or purple is because of voter disenfranchisement. Absolutely correct. Globalization is stupid and un-American. Z50, if you think ensuring that every human on Earth can eat and have clean water is if you think that that's stupid, I've got news for you. You're a dumb motherfucker. USA is #1 at, like, child mortality, maybe. Texans are pissed. People lost so much. We won't forget. But it's up to Dems to actually capitalize on the failure and actually fight. I don't know if they are. Outside of, like, AOC and all those and all the people that are doing the fundraisers, I don't know if any, like, Democratic leadership has talked about anything. We should think of some kind of hashtag to pressure Biden around spearheading an intervention. I hope so. Bodan, it means that it's my show and I can talk about whatever I want. That's what it means. Just like how I can play Doom for 7 hours instead of, you know, reading the history of Latin America in an audiobook format, right? Like, I can have comic relief. It's allowed. Like, the Democrats suck and aren't good at pretending they don't. Republicans are murderous, and they are very good at convincing people that they're good. It's ridiculous. And that the whole game there is that Republicans are so bad. They, like, anyone with a brain just looks at Republicans and wants to throw up, right? And that's basically the Democrats' entire message and platform. Yeah, only the queers would want, you know, heating in their home. But Bodan, if you want me to pronounce your name in a different fashion, just let me know, buddy. Alright, what else do we got? This one is a little bit of a disaster. I signed a homosexual power contract with Greg Abbott. Oh my god. I love when people say random bullshit and then follow it with, it's a fact of life. Like, what? Like, what? People are bad, it's a fact of life. No, that's not a fact of life. If you're saying that, like, a fact of life is that at least one person on planet Earth will be bad, sure. But to say people in general are bad is a fact of life, I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous, dumb garbage. All right. All right, folks. So this one's going to be a very, very, I think, frustrating segment. Z50, if you voted for Donald Trump, you are not a good person. Fact. Sorry. Stay triggered. If you burned your Levi's for dumb reasons instead of giving them away or donating them to charity, you're a bad person. Fact. Stay mad. So no, you haven't been good so far. You're just garbage. And that's the thing, is you are garbage, and therefore you project that garbage on everyone else, which is why it's just so frustrating. So where's the other Texas Senator Cornyn? That's a good question. He's probably like in a bunker somewhere, just laying low. How cool would it be if nobody paid their federal taxes until school debt was forgiven? That would be pretty cool. All right, folks. So, the first migrant facility for children opens under Biden. Dozens of migrant teens boarded vans Monday for the trip down a dusty road to a former man camp for oil field workers here. The first migrant child facility opened under the Biden administration. Do you remember when Joe Biden campaigned on not only stopping deportations, but saying that Trump put children in cages and it's so inhumane? The emergency facility, a vestige of the Trump administration, was open for only a month in the summer of 2019, is being reactivated to hold up to 700 children, ages 13 to 17. Government officials say the camp is needed because the facilities for migrant children have had to cut capacity nearly in half because of the pandemic. At the same time, the number of unaccompanied children crossing the border has been inching up, with January reporting the highest total. More than 5,700 apprehensions for that month in recent years. But immigration lawyers and advocates question why the Biden administration would choose to reopen a Trump-era facility that was the source of protests and controversy. From the tent city in Tornillo, Texas, to a sprawling for-profit facility in Homestead, Florida, emergency shelters have been criticized by advocates for immigrants, lawyers, and human rights activists over their conditions, cost, and lack of transparency in their operations. It's unnecessary, it's costly, and it goes absolutely against everything Biden promised he was going to do, said Linda Brandmiller, a San Antonio-based immigration lawyer who represents unaccompanied minors. It's a step backward, is what it is. It's a huge step backward. Again, Trump was already a step backward. This is worse than Trump. Now, I know that there's, like the meme going around there that Biden is worse than Trump. In this specific area, this is undoubtedly worse than Trump. Especially when you, again, Trump's whole thing was, hell yeah, I love concentration camps. I'm Trump. Woohoo! Let's kill all the kids. Biden said he would stop doing so, and instead, he's only expanding the effort to kill children. This is genocide. That's what this is. This is genocide. During the campaign, Biden pledged to undo former President Donald Trump's hardline immigration policies. In his first month in office, Biden signed several executive orders reversing many of those policies. Last week, he and House Democrats introduced a plan that would provide a path to citizenship for 11 million undocumented immigrants. The administration also reversed some of Trump's expulsion practices by accepting unaccompanied children into the country, a change that also is contributing to an increase of minors in government facilities, officials said. This is what happens when you steal and kidnap children from their parents, right? Then you're like, oh, what do we do with the kids? I don't know. Maybe give them back to their parents. I have an idea. Mark Weber, a spokesman for the Department of Health and Human Services, the agency that oversees services for migrant children, said the Biden administration is moving away from the law enforcement-focused approach of the Trump administration to one in which child welfare is more centric. Okay, proof? That's my question there. At the 66-acre site, groups of beige trailers encircle a giant white dining tent in soccer fields and basketball courts, and a basketball court. There is a bright blue hospital tent with white bunk beds inside. A legal services trailer has the Spanish word Benvenidos, or welcome, on a banner on its roof. There are trailers for classrooms, a barbershop, a hair salon. The facility has its own ambulances and fire trucks, as well as its own water supply. Why not, I don't know, just ensure that these people can enter the United States safely? Like, I really... And also, bunk beds? You're going to have bunk beds during a fucking lethal pandemic in the middle of winter? You're going to put children in bunk beds? The operation is based on a federal emergency management system, Weber said. The trailers are labeled with names such as Alpha, Charlie, and Echo. Staff members wear matching black and white t-shirts displaying their roles. Disaster case manager, incident support, emergency management. The most colorful trailer is at the entryway, where flowers, butterflies, and handmade posters still hang on its wall from Carrizo's first opening in 2019. HHS has 13,200 beds for children, bunk beds, in the middle of winter, in the middle of a pandemic. But Biden's going to listen to the scientists, right? Biden's going to listen to the scientists. HHS has, I already read that, adding more than 80 facilities for a total of about 200. Weber said putting children in permanent shelters is preferable to the influx of shelters like Carrizo, but nearly half of those beds are unusable during the pandemic. Oh, so they're just there for no reason? Great. Instead of letting these children be with their families in safe environments, we're just going to put them in an unsafe environment, and then we're also going to make that unsafe environment as inefficient as possible. Beautiful. Beautiful. As of Sunday, there were about 7,000 children in HHS custody, over 90% capacity under pandemic-era requirements. Weber said Carrizo is expected to close when the pandemic ends, he said. Every kid that comes into the program is a symptom of a broken immigration system. I know. Why don't you just fix the fucking system? This is why we need to abolish ICE. So today, we've got over 7,000 symptoms of a broken immigration system. And calling people symptoms is just... I'm sorry. I don't know if I can continue reading this. If you want to read the rest of this, feel free to do so. What the fuck is Joe Biden doing? Where's the COVID relief that was going to go out the door immediately? I know, reconciliation, the filibuster, I understand. But come on. Where's the $50,000 student loan debt cancellation that he keeps lying about himself not having authority to do? Yes, undoing Trump stuff is good. But I've got news for you. When you only undo 50% of what Trump does, right, and then issue things that even go further backward than what Donald Trump did, maybe it's a net positive overall, but it's useless. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no fucking sense to campaign on canceling student loan debt. Where's the federal legalization of marijuana, Joe? Stroke of a pen, folks. The same executive authority he used to undo Trump's executive actions, he can do to legalize marijuana. He's not doing it. He said he would. Where's Kamala Harris? Remember, she went on all these podcasts and said, yeah, we're going to legalize weed. It's going to be cool. Where is she? Has she been in the news? Nope. It's absolutely fucking ludicrous. It's disgusting. And to be honest, it's reprehensible. This is participatory in genocide, and these people need to be held accountable for their crimes. Personally, I think every single federal official, every single officer at these camps should be held in Nuremberg-like trials for the crimes against humanity. Now, remember, I covered this story a couple days ago where ICE deported a 95-year-old Nazi who was living in the U.S. And then they did it as like a propaganda piece about we need to root out evil and crimes against humanity. So the same organization that kills children is going to deport a 95-year-old Nazi. 95 years old. They're not going to be doing any more crimes anytime soon, buddy. Right? They're going to deport them for a fluff piece to talk about, oh, they're doing good things. Meanwhile, they kill children and are expanding the effort to kill children. I don't know. It's a fucking disaster, folks. It's a fucking disaster.
No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said.
Where are the protests? That's a great question. Patreon goal to send Z50 to fucking North Korea. I mean, I'd be down with that. Jose C. Did you see the Newsmax going after Biden? Yeah, I made a clip about that. Thank you for the super chat, though. I'll look it up and give you the link. Since you gave me money, I will give you the link, and you can watch it after the show's over. Where is it? Here we go. Bada boom. $5. Electing Joe Biden is like instant karma on the left. The irony? Yeah, it's a big disaster. This is why and again, I just want to say this for the record. Do not let these scumbag Tulsels ever say, oh, you voted for Biden against Trump? Well, we told you. Anyone, and I mean anyone, who did not support and campaign for Bernie Sanders, who's trying to say the I told you so bullshit, they can go fuck right off a cliff for all I care. What they did, their net contribution to American politics was Joe Biden. They worked harder to elect Joe Biden than we did to elect Bernie Sanders. If you campaigned or were a surrogate for Tulsi Gabbard, guess what? I've got news for you, motherfucker. You were campaigning for Joe Biden. If you were a surrogate for Elizabeth Warren, I've got news for you, motherfucker. You were a surrogate for Joe Biden. If you were a surrogate for Amy Klobuchar, you were a surrogate for Joe Biden. If you were a fucking Andrew Yang gang, motherfucker, you were a Biden gang, motherfucker. If you were a Pete Buttigieg dumb fuck, you were a Joe Biden supporter. Anyone, the whole race was Bernie versus Biden. If you supported anyone but Bernie, you supported Biden. So there's all these Nico House, Tulsi Gabbard fucking fanboys going out there saying, oh, I told you so. What the fuck? I hate those people. Jimmy Dore, fucking bullshit motherfuckers. That's what they are. They're bullshit motherfuckers. So yeah, don't let them fucking absorb this bullshit. Like, if you voted for Tulsi in the primary and didn't vote for Biden in the general, I'm sorry. You did your job. You got Biden to the spot where he needed to be, and then you diverted your fan base into not liking him and not voting him for an attempt to get Trump back in office because Biden was one of the weakest candidates. I was the surrogate for Vermin Supreme. All right, that's an exception. Einstein gave the idea of an atomic bomb who helped the U.S. to win the war. The atomic bomb did not help the U.S. win the war. Japan was already going to surrender before the first bomb was dropped. The first bomb is, in my estimation, 90% like unnecessary. They obviously instigated a lot of propaganda to make it seem like it was necessary, right? The second bomb was 100% unnecessary. That was disgusting. There is nothing nothing that you can ever possibly tell me that would make the second nuclear bomb even considering. Like, I get it. A lot of people think the first bomb helped win the war. I get it. They've been lied to. I understand. Right? They've been lied to. So you have to, like, tell them what's actually, you know, the truth of the matter? But yeah, Damien, I have no idea what you're trying to talk about. Like, I really am not following that one. The thing, real on with Gravel, Gravel wanted to be in the debates specifically to back up Bernie Sanders. And then they fucked him out of being in the debates. There's a reason why Andrew Yang and Tulsi Gabbard were in the debates, but Mike Gravel was not. You have to understand that. There is a reason that that happened. Because Mike Gravel's entire strategy that he broadcast was to back Bernie Sanders up. And that's why they found a loophole to exclude him from the debates. So yeah, I mean, if you supported Gravel and gave him $1 or whatever to get him on the debate stage, I did. That's fine. But I mean, if you voted for Gravel in your primary, let's be honest, you didn't. Right? But, you know, like, then yeah, that's where it gets stupid. I got news for you, motherfucker, t-shirts. I mean, if y'all would buy it, I would sell it. But I need to get someone that's, like, willing to do all the work in making merchandise. Because, like, I don't know the best way to make merchandise. I know Patreon has a merchandise thing, but I'm sure that there's a more effective way to go about it. Then, using Patreon, because I don't know how much money they would skim off the top. And I don't like the idea of not being directly in control of that. There's better quotes? I'm sure there's better quotes. I mean, I don't know. Would y'all buy t-shirts or fucking coffee mugs or whatever? Or like rolling papers? Speaking of Gravel. Looking good today? Thank you. That's basically it for my show, by the way. I've got some other stuff I was going to talk about, but I'll just do it tomorrow. Am I mad at you? No, Bodan. We're good. Are you mad at me? I should be asking that. Marianne Williamson, I mean, again, she could have been a lot better in the debates. I don't, like... Like, if she were to have backed up Bernie more, you know, I would have liked her more. But, I don't know. As long as you didn't actually vote for Marianne Williamson, I mean, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Gravel's a bit of a conspiracy theory. Yeah, Gravel saying that he co-endorsed Tulsi and Bernie was dumb bullshit. But, like, the commie teens that ran his campaign, like, really, like, you know, had to force him not to do that. Right? I tried to join Discord, but it said I am not allowed to join. Aren't you in the Discord? I'm pretty sure you're in the Discord. Didn't you join that motherfucker? It says you're in the Discord. I don't know if I don't know if she's a great person. She seems okay. I don't know if she's a great person though. Damien, log in with the account that you used like to join. Marianne undermined M4A during one debate, which sucked, but she was one of the... Yeah, she did, but then, like, later on, she apologized for it. But it's like, again, are people going to see the apology? Right? Like, you have to look at net impact there. Cat, $5 super chat. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, folks, if you want to give me money, the best way to do so is on PayPal, Cash App, or Patreon.com. You can subscribe on Patreon. Maybe one day I'll give Patreon exclusive stuff. Maybe one day. I don't know. People have suggested I make like I don't know. People have suggested many things, and it really just amounts to, one, do I want to make content that not everyone can see? Not really. I would prefer everyone to see. If I'm going to spend my time to do something, I would prefer it to be seen by as many people as possible. But also I know for financial purposes, I would potentially make more money. Yeah, is Marianne against BDS? That's dumb bullshit. Yeah, the spirituality aspect of Marianne Williamson is my favorite part. YouTube takes 20%, correct? Hello, Dolan. Hey, I watch your Doom speed runs. They are really educational. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jenny, $4.99. Love you. Beans the dog from Indiana. Thank you, Beans the dog. Realon N, 70s R's t-shirt fund. Okay, here's the deal, folks. Here's the deal. If you keep bullying me, I will eventually make t-shirts. Okay? And maybe a coffee mug. Maybe some other adjacent or relevant material. I can also do, like, you know, parody stuff. Z50, what if I already have your real name? Huh? Huh? You're not as smart as you think. Do timed exclusives make something for Patreon and then put it up for free? I don't know, Briar. That's like work. What Bodan said? Need a t-shirt of... You need a t-shirt of my feet. Like cropped feet, you know? I was promised the Patreon exclusive camera angle for the workout videos. See, that's possible. I need to get a second camera though. So maybe whenever I get a new phone... I'll use the old phone for the main angle and the new phone for the behind the scenes. Literally. Okay, I'll send you some cash, lol. Hell yeah, Z50. Findom. Above it all, paraphernalia. I'm totally down to make paraphernalia of all kinds. Uh-oh. Commies are scumbags. Wanting poor people to have food and water? How dare you? We got Billy Badass in here. How dare you say that human beings should be allowed to breathe air without having carcinogens infect their lungs and cause cancer? You're a scumbag. Oh, you want to pay people to stay at home during a pandemic? That makes you a piece of shit. Oh, these people are totally self-parodies. Short films. I love short films. Use your community to make the products instead of you doing the work. That's kind of the idea. Where did communism work? My backyard? Where did capitalism work? Is a better question. Certainly not in Texas, that's for sure. Where did communism work, I ask? from Texas, where I don't have electricity, clean water, or food to eat, and my firstborn child just died of starvation and hypothermia? When has communism ever worked? I say, as my grandmother died in a nursing home, communism has never worked. Fucking dumb fuck. You got cash? Alright, let me check this cash from Zed50. My man Zed. Thank you, by the way, to both of y'all that sent me money on PayPal. I appreciate that. Means a lot. Okay, don't answer. I mean, you're the one who's looking like an idiot, buddy. It hasn't worked. Lol, you said it. Communism killed 100 million people. By the way, did you know that at least 1 million civilians died in the war in Iraq? And did you know that millions of civilians are dying every day because of those actions? Not every day, every year. But communism is evil. Max is moving. He's on the move. Max, you want to say goodbye to the stream? Maxie! Maxie, Max! Maxie. He's on the move. Maxie. Look. Maxie, Maxie. Hello? Wait for it. Come on, buddy. Hello? 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 I don't give a shit what Marx thought about black people. He's dead. Like, I don't give a fuck. One person who wrote a book didn't like black people. Therefore, poor people shouldn't have clean water. I am very smart. Doggy, doggy, dog. Someone who wrote a book 200 years ago was racist. Therefore, we should be feeding lead to our children. What? Doggy, doggy, doggy. Doggy. Yeah, literally a dialogue tree. It's like I'm talking to an NPC in Oblivion. Are you okay, buddy? Sneezy. Thank you, Zed50. Thank you. Look at that dog. Are you seeing that dog? My God, this guy is dumb as shit. Anyway, thank you for the entertainment. I will see all of y'all tomorrow. And again, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. And hopefully you all, maybe I'll stream this Senate thing. If y'all can send me a YouTube link or something where I can watch on like 1.5x speed, I would appreciate that of this Capitol riot thing. Because I cannot sit through that shit on 1.0. I just can't. But yeah, so thank you. And that's it. That's all I got. That's it.
Was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent.
Are you talking
like
about Hunter?
hell.
Are you talking about
I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about.
I don't know Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
Everybody digging my chili, what I'm laying down, that is not true. Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
Unbelievable.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico. And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people.
Antifa exists.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. Kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.